When Complexity got to Nuke yesterday versus Isurus simply didn't stand a chance, but I have a suspicion Imperial are ready to put up a fight. This is, of course, Complexity's map pick. It's where they want to take this party. It's where they're going to have their lives for Rio on the line. It's the last map, potentially, of the Road to Rio Americas event. Imperial, just 16 glorious rounds from a spot on a stage that they deserve. But we'll see, because Complexity start off on the T side. We got a little bit of utility here for Floppy and for JT. Fallen, let's see what you're made of.
Yeah, Complexity can make Nuke look very easy. So they've got to be careful.
boltz caught in the open there by that split. Fast pistol into the A site. Look at this. It's free. 2 easy pickups. Cello hot on the heels of the lobby setup. Fur's got 1, but it's the hot peak that's going to end him. And Heaven Man's dead in an instant. Complexity, easy pistol.
Okay, yeah. We could be in for a ride. We'll see. Their Nuke is pretty insane sometimes. Started on T side. But they've done some good work. And again, it's a situation where you look at their Inferno, you might get a wrong idea of exactly how good they are overall. They consistently lose the first map, in fact, I feel like, no matter what it is. 16-1 yesterday versus Isurus. But Imperial are also a bit better on Nuke, for sure, than Isurus.
Close box position from Fur, good for 1. So that's one of the 2 weapons Imperial pick up, already finding its mark. That ump will not see the light of day again. Mini smoke here, coupled nicely with the outer control from Hauser. They go and send 1 player down secret, but also start to carve a path wherever they damn well please. Offering the audio to Imperial. Fallen thinking maybe he could come up from secret, and if he does that,
yeah,
he catches them.
Yeah, they made it look like they were going to go for straight secret, and they got their kill as well. But now they're in hell. So this ends up being a little bit slow, right? They're going to be a bit confused. They could think that they're holed up in mini at the moment. Strange rotations right now. The T's must be just as confused, not seeing anybody inside of ramp. So it depends how timely the flank is. But are they going to go back downstairs? They are. They made a good loop. They take some damage on this. Fallen stays alive, goes to a better angle.
Ooh, just above the head on that second shot. Fallen. Oh, drops bomb point blank. Whoa. And that's not even Grim, who he tagged up at first. That's just a straight up kill. Grim's gonna grab the bomb. There's a high likelihood of the peek here from ramp, but Cello, oh, he doesn't stop the plant. It's gone down. They're gonna have to make this retake quick. FaNg and Floppy comes back in with 2 kills. FaNg's caught that move down from the ramp. boltz in the open, and FaNg's just able to sit back on those control stairs. Floppy puts the smoke out. That's going to create the possibility for him to push. FaNg's got the advantage of the doors closed and the bomb just there in front of him, but they swing it, and VINI finds the face.
He's got a stick.
He's going to get on top of this. Needs to be the 10-second defuse. Floppy comes out through smoke, and thank goodness he has that smoke for him in Complexity, because that's what allows for him to slide by. And of course, no 10 seconds for this defuse. A costly one for Complexity. Weird rotates back and forth. But boltz will hang on to the gun.
Oh, and he stays alive. Yeah, that's actually a pretty solid result, I think.
It's not quite Inferno.
Yeah, the smoke saves the day right there. Floppy would not have been able to scale on the site without it, and couldn't have thrown it out any later than he did. But boltz needed to go much deeper than that to cover VINI on the bomb plant. So that was actually a slight mistake. But I think Complexity will just be happy to win the round, and I think Imperial will just be happy to get 5 kills. 3 MAC-10s.
Something quick. Door off the hinges. Floppy gets softened up.
They're trying to get out here.
Flash is good. Forces boltz back into cover.
What?
3 easy pickups. VINI with the P250 just slathers it onto the hut exit.
2 kills, and then the gun can also potentially get picked up. Maybe multiple if they're not careful. The bomb here upstairs.
Damn, thinking that they could just charge out. Thinking this one would go down easy. This is no simple recovery.
Well, the 2 guns they grab are MAC-10s.
Yeah, you're working with less, but at least you also offer them less. Luckily for Complexity, there's a bunch of time to try and wrap this around. Going to be nervous that with 4 players alive, somebody could be back here. But it's only Fur watching. Oh, insta-dink.
3 still up here on the site.
Ton of pressure on JT. He's got 2 players close left, and then a 3rd one back on site. He finds them. JT takes back this, and now VINI, who kicked it off with the 2 P250 frags, could very well finish it. It's really going to be JT that doesn't go down easy, and they slide by to survive a desperate situation. Complexity by the skin of their teeth.
The double Tetris setup, it looked like it was going to be too much, but they got the full clear in as well.
Sketchy.
Yeah, Fallen's watching Heaven. They have an interesting setup where everything's kind of covered, but the first player doesn't get his kill. After that dink from Fur, it seemed like it was possibly a wrap.
Nice kills from VINI.
Wow, saved it. JT.
That just looks foolish. But obviously hoping that they get wrapped back from HUD again. So, Imperial, close 3rd one, close 2nd one, and finally now in the 4th, they'll have guns.
It's a scoop from VINI inside of Squeaky.
Another smoke down 2 just to keep them back. Molly destined for the A site makes boltz uncomfortable for a second. Remember, Fallen's still down in the vents. Wallbang's off the mark. Grim, nice wrap around from Heaven, catches first, sleeping, and then boltz gets the better of FaNg. So a comfortable 4 versus 2, but Halzerk's going to give this one the old college try with Grim up above him. Now it has to be Grim. He finds boltz at least, but Fallen coming out of that vent with a 2K to close. Imperial on the board.
Yeah, they stuffed every early option, and Complexity still wanted to try to go forward with it. So first one dies inside of Squeaky. Floppy, and they also prioritize getting vent control to make sure no drops can happen. So they just don't want anything that fast that can happen and create some kind of weird timing on the map, and it ends up being the perfect game plan. Complexity just continue forward with A, send that lurker outside, but everyone gets flanked. Oh, wow. Nice. Fallen was playing amazing on Inferno. The amount of rotations he was doing, very confident.
Easy pickup for Cello. Gonna get dived down. And Fallen making sure that they're not able to just wrap around hell. How does Grim get into this? Trying to be set up by Hauser. There's the rifle fight. Fallen takes a ton of damage, falls away and just lights it on fire so that they can't chase forward. They're gonna use a smoke to try and keep up the pressure, and JT connects with the Deagle. That's an M4 now as well for Complexity. Man, they're so clumped up. But this leaves Imperial asking questions. Where the hell is everyone? Shame for Complexity, there's not a second set of Kevlar, so that M4 is going to get hit by aim punch if it comes down to it.
Everyone's got their backs to lobby. I think there's just so much info on the pack moving outside.
Ooh, easy pickups here for Fur. Again, unarmored players just get shredded. And Floppy's only attempt, really, either fly out Heaven into the A site, maybe try to take it back down ramp, or live and hang on to the rifle. Taps away, and Fur is going to go ahead and clean up shop. So a nice 4K from Fur, pads the stats, gets rid of what could have been a sketchy situation. Imperial convert after the first.
Yeah, it is true that Complexity like to go with a pack on the eco rounds. So I don't think Imperial want to overthink it and say, okay, we could get flanked from outer, we could get flanked from silo instead. They all took good positions, turned their back to the T-spawn, and worried about everywhere that Complexity could have snuck into. And of course, Fallen knew there was 2 or 3 at least in that hell area.
Fallen finds Floppy to start. Ooh, it's going to be the fast mini wrap, but Fallen's got their number. It's going to take more than a little aggression, it seems, to get things rolling. JT dead alongside Grim. VINI with an easy 2K, and Halzerk just a few paces behind the rest of the pack. Lost inside the smoke. He's going to get flanked around in lobbies. So, clearly, Imperial applying some pressure. And from the 3-0 start to the 3 all tie.
I just want to know what happens, man.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to know so bad. Like, I just keep thinking about this reference match for Fallen and the boys playing against Cloud9, you know, where nothing pointed to the thought that they could beat them at the Antwerp Major. And they did it. I mean, they pulled off something that I just couldn't believe I witnessed in real life, basically, in that matchup. And even though this game is objectively easier, it feels like they're not in the same place. They're still not favored, you know, and it's how much goes beyond the match statistics, the head-to-head, their previous results, their form, the fact that they started 0-2. You know, there is some magic involved when it comes to some of these players. No question about it. Pressure is a real thing. They're the ones in charge of it. Oh, wow, that's a blinding shot from Grim.
Cracks for Kane. Cello gets tagged up, but that's Fallen to just lend a helping hand. He's been everywhere so far this half. Look at the mobility in his rotations. Now it's going to be Mini under pressure. Look, Fallen's right back into the gunfight. Trying to help out so that the player stuck behind Vent doesn't have to do it all on his own. Nor will VINI, but by dropping out of heaven and into the back of the site, that does open up this flank for Grim and co.
Yeah, and there's no actual plan to take over lobby control. Instead, they're staying in these spots that are not very good for defending upstairs. So, looks like VINI and his Vent player are going to both watch this. They at least have hut lockdown. Oof. Oh, and Fallen will clean that out totally.
Lockdown's right. VINI down beneath them, up to the skies.
Wow.
And then a missed shot from Hauser drops down to his death. VINI gives him a little bit of extra, and we've got Imperial with the lead.
Jeez, that worked out very well. They drew them in. I mean, they're fine with that, especially when Fallen found that one kill. Significant advantage. Again, pervasive, this man.
Dude, the fluidity to Fallen's rotates right now.
Yep. You know, at the highest level, when you look at someone like Simple rotating on Nuke, the reason he gets so many kills is because he's not afraid to commit to rotations.
Right.
But like a dumb player can too, and just be wrong. But that's the difference. And he believes in it, and he's that good, and has a feel for the map. He can get the most impact possible. When you take that first step out of the heaven into the upper site, that's a huge move. You remove the ability to go ramp. You can't watch outside anymore. You are making a choice.
A big commitment.
And what happened? They ended upper.
You know what's nice as well is he doesn't even just commit and then add himself to the site, but then he has, you know, that extra level of confidence to then go clear out lobby. Finds the squeaky player waiting for the split. Finds what could have eventually been a thorn on their side. Deals with it quickly. And then Complexity just trickle in from heaven with an easy hold from VINI, who's looking like he's putting up numbers in back-to-back maps. Nine kills, 7 rounds deep. Fallen and Fur right behind him. As Floppy dives to the top of Mini. VINI, of course, going to be raising the alarm for the two players with eyes on outside. That's Fallen here from heaven. And the garage being held by Fur.
Wow, the flash is great too. Blinds straight up 4 players. Fur sees them all.
Grim just snaps his neck. And they all silently fall away. So they're just going to leave Floppy on top of the mini roof in a position that could very well go unchecked. But Imperial not even trying to force anything outdoors, right? Just leaning back on their laurels. Boltz in the site, VINI on the close door, so there's nobody over towards vents. That's a little bit of a change up. We could also see Cello tested deep on ramp. He's got that AWP, so one shot for sure. Frag could do some damage, but he's going to have to dive down into the site. JT and FaNg will eat the shrapnel. Fallen!
Oh, the bomb gets dropped on ramp.
Even with the kill down into the B site, that bomb just snagged the railing. Falls down on top of it, and Fallen, he can just guard this for eternity. Grim's going to grab the AWP.
There's no time.
The clock's going to expire, and even with the kills coming through, there's just no chance. That bomb not destined for the B site.
Oh, they jumped on the railing, but he strafed out and allowed for a chance to die instead of just getting into the ramp. Sometimes that means playing it safely, but in this situation, you know, facing that way alone just makes this impossible to get back. So another gift and a chance to set up potentially an upset. Here's Grim doesn't see anything.
No chance for the recovery, not at all. Fallen again, something fresh. We're going to press up to the outside of silo first.
Oh, there's his revenge.
Snaps Grem off of the top of the silo. Down he goes, 5v4. But at what cost? Look at the health here. Fur on 10, VINI 42.
He made a big move there, too, because he killed the silo guy, so he can get the secret. But, oh, what a shot from Halzerk. JT takes a little damage. Probably would have got that anyway.
Yeah, a little overkill with the headshot. Make sure you put him down.
So, Complexity with time. Now scared him up a little bit. It's an important refrag they grabbed.
But VINI and Mini, that's a sketchy one for him on 40 health. Fallen once again, wastes no time, slides down vent into the control stairs. But Complexity, they've got options outdoors. VINI pressured by utility, but the fire, yeah, catches the side of the smoke, and so VINI sticks around a little bit. He's hoping that somebody else will extend past blue, and if they do so, they could very well get caught off by him. 40 seconds left over. Fire destined for Fallen. Swings the doors wide. VINI again still just waiting. And there it is. Catching FaNg off. Tries to slide out. Halzerk's going to end him. It's a sprint for the A site. A missed shot back site. Floppy wide from heaven. Little bits of HP here for the majority of Complexity. So they'll go for the safe plant back site. Fallen looking to come up ladder. Such a tough spot to get back into this A site. Especially with Floppy still fully HP'd up inside of heaven.
Ooh, not spotted.
No frags,
but he
no
can
fire.
Assist Fallen and getting out of the vent at the very least.
Yep. You think Halzerk just keeps this one tucked? Who's making first contact? Can Cello slide out if he wants to?
No, Fallen staying at the bottom of the vent. They get a kill. They could do a lot of damage here.
They could give this a try.
Oh, hold on a second.
Dink onto Floppy. Ah, time is really their biggest issue. They speed down, jump on it, tap it once, try to stick it, but they come off. I don't know if there was time.
Yeah, there probably wasn't, to be fair.
Yeah.
They both stay alive, though. They get 5 kills as well.
Huge round. Clear out the T's, reset the cache, and you keep 2 up.
Damn, if they moved a bit faster, they actually had a chance to win that retake. With 2 players low, Complexity on the struggle bus again in terms of their economy.
Clean open. Nice answer, and then VINI, yeah, he had that. He thought somebody would step into the crosshair, and they do.
They got that split in order, though. Floppy up in heaven. That was pretty good. Only 1 player on the back of the site.
It's a soured round win, though. 2 Galils in the mix for Complexity.
Yeah, with no op and play, Fallen can more freely peek everything. Done a good job of denying vent so far.
VINI under pressure. Fallen delivers the first. Boltz on the side of the smoke. But there's another player behind the vent, and because they kill Boltz just in front of it, they may let their guard down. Oh god, they are.
Wow.
He's got support on the vent ladder as well. Fur comes up. He doesn't win the fight versus Floppy, but again, this is all about VINI. All about VINI. They go unchecked. He gets himself a second, and then Cello slides out for number 3. Oh, they thought they had that sight. Just because Boltz dies on smoke, VINI can just wait and play the time. Floppy on the clutch, but cut down after 1. Big moment for VINI.
Oh, okay.
And a great chance for Imperial because of the cost of that last round.
Yeah, it's true. That's, 10 players dead in these 2 rounds, even though they only win 1. And VINI, he makes the play, man. It was really perfect. They had enough players up there that he didn't need to fight at the same time, made sure not to shoot, and threw that smoke far enough that you couldn't tell if it was somebody running out of the vent that just died, or if there was 2 players there, how could you plan for it as soon as it comes up? And you can see Complexity didn't have enough control, right? They didn't even know if they should plant for heaven or if they should plant for front sight. Threats on both sides. Deagles now.
Cello, a chance here to just rip him limb from limb.
Okay, dude, he's good. Holy. He's had a few sprays that are just unreal.
Yeah, that's a lockdown on the ramp room.
Shout out to Flamey for that one.
Yeah, one time.
Yeah. Remember Cello from the Immortals lineup.
Easy does it. Never even let go of that left mouse button.
Really up and coming at the time.
Kind of comparable to his balcony play on Inferno. Just the full commit to the spray down. This time, of course, just versus pistols, but...
Breaching 180R with it.
Smacks complexity back a bit, and while they trail by 3 rounds on this T side, they at least come back in with a purchase. So complexity, their second time out for TC to contribute.
Okay, boys, pretend you're Brazilian.
Yeah, I've seen about 12 pauses so far this series, and FNX hasn't even put his mic down yet. No need. Fallen, full control. 12 and 6. VINI, 12 and 6. Cello not far off after that. Wreaking havoc of the pistol players. Ooh, Fur, he wants a fight. Catches JT with a knife out, and then just puts a nade on his head. Says, see ya, sucker. Falls all the way back to secret.
Yeah. It's been risky about the fallback. Scrim's not punching him this time. But he gets to a really good spot. Doesn't just hang out outside of red.
Yeah, nobody on top of Silo this time around either.
They don't find him. A bit confused.
Where the hell did he get off to? Fur trying to flex an angle over top of the smoke. There are gaps here to work with, but there's no follow-up from complexity.
This is an important re-aggression from Fur because he sees that no one's outside, so their eyes are back on upstairs, and VINI knows he's going to have a target. Oh, he's got 2. Lots of damage here. JT, FaNg, Halzerk, low, but the kills are going the way of complexity.
Massive pickup there. Boltz will be put into a position to try and stave off the hit. Yeah, they make sure to Molotov that vent fully. Boltz, he's going to get 1 for free. Oh, 3 from Boltz. Just shuts down the hut door. Denied.
They don't know about heaven. They're searching out the lobby to make sure everything is cool. It's going to be hard to plant no matter what. 2 choke points are threatened. Bomb finally goes down. Halzerk, eyes on Mini, but he moves.
At the worst possible moment. There's a Molotov for Fallen to try and work with. If he throws that into Hut, then all of a sudden, Grim has to reroute back around Squeaky, but Halzerk catches the elbow of Fur.
Wow, Halzerk saved it. 4 kills already on this round.
Yeah.
And that actually ruins Fallen's chances of even pulling off this 1v2.
Good for Halzerk there. Huge recovery. Boltz tries his absolute damnedest to lock in that A site on his own. The 2 kills outside of the Hut door so fast. But this is complexity getting that 5th terrorist round win on Nuke.
Yeah, that was massive. Now, the thing is, they had VINI on the push into lobby. I guess that was the extra person on the upper site. They didn't necessarily need to be aggressive in that moment. They could have had just one other rotation in. But they didn't know if it could turn into a ramp play as well, even though that would be unlikely.
And then Cello, after seeing all those bodies, just tries to come in through Mini to help out Boltz.
Yeah, that would have been super unlikely because they had squeaky control, so... Yeah, they probably wanted to rotate an extra person upstairs. This is the moment Fallen could have been there.
If Halzerk's any more passive, then you know there's a retake attempt coming through from Fur and Fallen. Fallen puts the op on Squeaky early. Eesh, spam there, great. That's VINI down to 34. Boost Fallen over top of it. He sends a shot in. VINI barely alive at this point. They're going to put another smoke on Squeaky. So suddenly, complexity turn attention towards ramp. Cello to be tested again. And this time he falls with nothing to take with him. Fur retreats away from the flames. So B site very much compromised. Fast rotation in. Fallen whiffs the shot. And a smoke then on top of the door denies any kind of vision. He sends more bullets through between them. And this could be complexity finally with some footing on this B site.
Yeah, they don't get control side, but they get a good plant off. Spams off the mark. CTs.
It's a difficult position. Whew. They stick around for a little second, seeing if anything's offered over, but the only thing Grim offers them is a face full of lead. Fallen, VINI, and boltz to save.
Strong attack. Nice entry from Floppy on the ramp. Cello's been very confident to stay there, but of course he's done way more versus the saving players. And sometimes you just have to rotate or spot and not just commit to a spray holding. Don't love how often Complexity are willing to go through smokes, but it works for him this time. 4v5 as well.
Sketchy moment there, right? You think about what Cello's been able to offer and that smoke grenades in front of them on trophy room.
Yeah, actually, I mean, he does throw the smoke a little shallow. He's not in front of it, but...
And tight half. Imperial on the brink of losing that lead. Ooh, JT. Nice and easy. Slaps back for boltz, double MP9, and then Cello comes through with the kill front A site, so in an instant, it's just JT left. I don't even know where those MP9 frags come in from, but I know they're critical as Imperial keep that lead.
Yeah, another big round, and that was one, I don't even know who got the first kill right there. Was it the CTs or the Ts?
I don't know.
I'm not even sure. I think it might have been Imperial, and then JT got his refrag outside. But yeah, just the upper players putting it down wherever the MP9 was.
That's the opening kill, yep. Cello with the 5 versus 4,
okay.
boltz off of hut. Again, that hut door, man. That has been the end of Complexity. They shall not pass.
Trying to get down the vent.
VINI dodging flashes, dives behind vent,
oh, they
and
didn't clear vent.
Puts the gun to the back of Floppy. 3 do get downstairs.
Oh, this is the Fury attack. They send one person out to distract from the vent drop.
FaNg on the open floor. Then the ramp fight was meant to go the way of JT. Instead, Cello alleviates a bit of pressure. 5 versus 3 retake to close out the first half to give Imperial a 3-round lead. Grenades looking great for the retake. T-side throwing out what's left of it. That one Molotov starting to burn. They've got a flash as well. Once they decide to get in, Halzerk, if he can catch Fallen now, then he won't have to go back just yet.
Oh my god.
But with Grim getting traded out, now Fallen finds the flank. That one way too easy, and it's going to have to be young FaNg to go big with heroics. But VINI consistent from Inferno to Nuke. We get Imperial with the lead yet again. 15 frags as he tops the scoreboard alongside Cello, and Imperial can smell the major. To paint a bleak picture for Complexity, but remember that half of these rounds, their 6 rounds on this T side, start with a pistol win and the 3-0 conversion. After that, it is nothing but Imperial. Fluidity in Fallen CT side, a back-to-back rockstar performance from the likes of VINI, and of course Cello topping the board right alongside him. Imperial, a measly 7 rounds from the Rio Major.
Yeah, man. And we know, again, they just pull off crazy things like this. Hey, listen, if this match didn't matter, it was online, I'd be like, nah, Cole will get back into this. This is different, though. There's got to be a stat just for games like this, and I'm sure they would favor Imperial. So, let's see. VINI across these 2 maps, fantastic. I think Fallen as well, but look at everybody pretty much, you know. Nobody's struggling here. And Complexity's pistol round seems like so long ago. But Complexity, almost 70% win rate on the CT side. Very much looking forward to this. Without a pistol, they won't have much room to work with, however.
Floppy's going to try to run into the site. Uh-oh. Ooh, if those doors had swung open. But at least he finds a little bit of cover in the back site.
Wait, is it a fake? The bomb is here, but they could be going back upstairs, actually. They got run rotation down.
Hauser trying to hang on. VINI dives back up ladder to the rooftops. And I mean, Hauser, I mean, he could just drop kick them right back down the vent.
I don't think something went wrong here. Otherwise, they interrupted the squeaky player, or
yeah,
I'm not sure.
They killed one in lobby. It was a trophy room flank. And then FaNg will catch VINI, so that's both the players that were meant to be inside of lobby and probably splitting that A site dead.
They don't have a smoke for the lower site.
No. This is Imperial on a recovery mission here. Damage control in full effect. And JT up on the rafters. 15 health. Won't be able to stop Cello from getting that kill back. Long range. FaNg finds the headshot. And that's 3 for FaNg in the pistol.
Yeah, he's been struggling in some of these halves, but his pistol rounds are usually pretty damn good. So, saves the day here for Complexity. They can start to get back on their feet.
Both pistols on Nuke with their names on them. What goes down in lobby? Oh, it's a 2-player hut push, not a trophy flank.
Yeah.
Oof.
A nice setup to call out the fact that they may be doing this. Fake back to upstairs.
Damn, the fact that FaNg gets 3 kills. Doubles his kill count the moment this second half starts. We saw what happened in the first half when Complexity came through with majority Mac 10s after winning pistol. They lost a bunch of bodies and nearly the conversion. But of course, this is an unarmored Imperial in round 17. Patience will be a virtue. If anybody runs into that trophy room, they've got Glocks trained on them.
Complexity, you know, smartly but dangerously, of course, getting into these MP9s, knowing their own bomb plant came down. But 4 of them. So they'll make the most amount of money they can. And here we go.
Floppy, this one should be a sitter. Racking up the stacks. There we go, 1 and 2. But there's nobody here right away to just end the hopes of Imperial. They'll throw what they can down to the B site. FaNg up next. Easy pickups for him and Grim. So the MP9s run rampant around this entire map to keep that lead cut down to just 1.
Yeah, so they'll get 1 step closer. And again, yeah, so many kills going to the MP9, so lots of money made just in case Complexity do lose a round and they don't invest a lot in guns they may lose. It's a play for confidence. You know you've got a little comeback to make.
You've also got Imperial in with the early buy, and 3 of those MP9s still on the field versus AKs.
Yeah, that's a risk in and of itself. JT could have upgraded if he wanted to.
Hold our breath to see if it comes back to haunt them. FaNg getting onto the secret stairs, but with an MP9 outdoors versus AKs, yeah, maybe send a second. Some speed bumps on the way to that B site if Imperial follow behind this wall of smokes. Variation on it, make sure there's no MP9s tucked on red. Hauser going for the spam, but he won't find his mark. FaNg, he's kind of lost his vision, right? Can't double check behind red, so he just runs. And Imperial going to know that they just messed up whatever setup was in position. Complexity on high alert, fall back.
They do win this confidently. I mean, they heard him really run pretty far.
35, though.
They're waiting for some kind of HUD push. I don't know. I think Imperial are thinking, well, if they aren't going to try to take over lobby and they have these guns, well, then they'll just eventually lose. So I think it makes sense where they're going with this. But 25 seconds, floppy. Oh, and the timing, no way. There's a gap outside. They lost so much control. He was worried about a hell flank.
And they find it at the perfect moment. That last second, can FaNg pull off the unthinkable from the corner? There's only 11 seconds, and they've got this position at least. He takes the fight, and down he goes. Bolt plants. And with that, Hauser has to come in through secret. Talk about timing.
Wow.
Down to the final second.
Floppy's thinking, no way. Like, no way they're just going to do a full-on ramp hit in the red on the clock.
Unannounced, no util, just walking around that corner. Yeah. Hauser, he gets stuffed on the exit event, and Imperial guns mean a round win early.
To be honest, they moved with, I think, enough conviction. Like, even though that comes down to the wire, I feel like they did everything right to punish the fact that MP9s are there. And those MP9s were supposed to try to take over some kind of map control, and they just never did. So I think waiting those extra seconds actually made sense. And of course, it's the reason that Floppy gets confused and actually starts to walk away.
Right. You know, the only chance really for complexity is that FaNg goes massive.
And he's only insecure because they don't have the map control, and they slowly lost it as the round progressed.
And just like that, Imperial onto the double digits, forcing complexity into an awkward buy. 2 FAMASes and a 5-7 for floppy. Grim opens up from the top of hut. That's one player cut off already. They're trying to swarm on Squeaky, and there are more kills here to be had. Cello pumps out the warning shots. And a Molotov for deep vent, but yet again, Imperial set their eyes on this ramp room. Hauser moving.
Oh, he made noise.
And in that moment, they start to stretch their way out. Hauser extends in, catches one, but he's got a problem. They're already trying to swarm down on him. And into the site he'll go. With the smoke in front of him, they hold off. They do not follow up into the B site. They have options.
Yeah, and they know there's no op up here as well.
It's cost them a couple players already.
Grim has to watch everything upstairs.
Right? It would make you think that a Heaven Peak could unravel that A setup. Grim doesn't know what to watch. Mini, door, or Heaven. Fight starts to unfold. Boltz turns attention. Fur comes wide with the 2K, but backsight. Backsight's JT. Bomb dropped on him, and a second. As JT locks this in, Cello's got the response. A 1v3 attempt, but an open plant for him. Nobody here to stop this. What could be a really critical clutch to take the wind out of the sails of complexity. His last flash goes out. Cello has been absolutely tearing up this server as well, but that bomb's not planted for him.
He's making a very risky move right now, but it might be the one they need. Hauser has this op. Oh my god. Oh, I thought he was thinking about going to Heaven or something like that.
Hauser's eventually going to come in from Heaven, smoke in front of Cello. Now suddenly things get way more desperate, because if the Heaven player drops into sight...
They're not going to think he's here, though, because the bomb's planted backside. Oh! FaNg covers it. Wow.
Drawn back into the action by that smoke. Forced the hand of Cello, and Imperial, they'll give that up.
I think that smoke push was fine, because he could have been in hut waiting the whole time.
Sure enough.
Damn. Good thing FaNg looked behind him, and that allows complexity to get within one. And it was definitely a weird buy because of the full MP9 round that they lost. Grim's 5v4 helps out a ton.
Yeah, Grim's position was set on fire, but he puts that smoke in a perfect spot so that he still has eyes on Squeaky. So making the most of a sketchy spot. FaNg winning the head-to-head despite the lesser weapons. Economy a problem here for Imperial. They'll limp in with Galils and a Tech 9. At least they've got plenty of nades, but there's no op to counter that of Halzerk. And it will be a challenge for them to get past outdoors. Oh, my God! Caught on the jump up.
Yeah, honestly, I think he half knew he was going to get shot at, but what a shot in return, man. That was hard as hell.
It's one thing to know it's coming, it's another to deliver.
Yeah.
Imperial thought they were about to tuck him into his deathbed. Of course, wanted to keep it alive. He'll lean back. Floppy gonna give him a little space here to exit on ramp. And he starts to dive down and delivers 1 and 2. Bomb at his feet. All too easy. VINI, woof, he's got the answer. 2 kills from him, with Fallen by his side and JT in the back of that bomb site. A couple flashbangs thrown out, but no overcommitment, and Fallen nearly catching that kill towards Squeaky. So now VINI suddenly knows he has to commit. He'd lost his other options, and that's where JT stands tall to tie us at 10.
Yes, Grim's looking a little bit more sharp too, making this Falmus look like an op. Man, he could see, like, he could see tracers. I don't even think he could see fur almost at all. Just the audio, maybe the tracers barely ahead, just behind that smoke. Fur's going to be tilted.
The money upside down for Imperial. So they'll waste no time with this one. Try to get aggressive off Fur. Drops around into Mini. JT's got that first opening kill. Outside belongs to Imperial, but indoors is that of Complexity. Halzerk knows that beneath him's compromised. That'll draw the ramp man back. And unfortunately for Floppy, he gets shredded by the Tech 9, but ooh, reaching for the M4, a nade dunked upon him. Halzerk with the artillery, and that last kill comes in from Grim. It's Complexity to the lead.
Oh, it's looking a little bit more calm here for Complexity. They just are working well, and AIM's obviously all taking a boost here in their favorite CT positions. Got the opening kill a few times now.
Everybody contributing as well. FaNg, absolute turnaround in this second half.
5 kills, I think, in the first.
Already up to 11. This has been Grim's stomping grounds on top of Hut. Halzerk keeping that op mobile, and right now Fallen doesn't wield one. We've seen those 3 smokes come out of Imperial pretty consistently. They're going to go down yet again. Halzerk won't find that blind shot. No, sir. Secret under siege. JT waits beneath and holds with the smoke out. He's using that little gap angle to wait for them to peek. Now he sees the presence, so sure enough, smoke down to cool off Imperial's presence.
Just pure stress right now. As they use this clock, you know, to its maximum. They are getting into decent spots. They push Grim off a Hut. They get the mollies in the 2 exact positions the CTs are in.
Grim goes out looking for the response, but Fur's got the kill, and Halzerk now, he's down on the ground floor. FaNg, a 1 and done. Halzerk Gonna get wrapped from heaven soon enough. He's trying to find his impact. Only 8 seconds. And there are those final 2 kills. Cello catches Floppy coming up that ladder. And Imperial bring it right back. Tied game 11.
That was like an episode of Breaking Bad. Like the first 38 minutes, you're like, what's happening? And then 6 people die.
Why am I watching this
That
fly?
was insane. Like just the world building basically of that round was what it was all about. Honestly, I was enthralled. They used that clock. Maybe they used a few more seconds than they needed to, but every single movement did something. They got FaNg to give up his control of Secret. They used some utility there, locked in his rotation, worked on upstairs, got the heaven flank at the end. They had a perfect split, and the 2 final mollies exactly where Grim was going to play. They nailed it. I don't know how many more times they can do that, but if they got the energy, they're willing to burn those calories, and maybe they can actually cause problems here on T side.
Stressful situation here for Complexity. Halzerk's going to try to take an initiative. Rewarded with an opening pick. He had an escort with the pistol in case things went south. boltz on the recovery, trying to get that space right back. But really, the majority of this hit could just come flying in through Mini, so despite that opening op pick being big, it's not what that wanted to end with. JT to the roof of Hut. The secret push, the secret push. FaNg comes wide, 2 backs turn, and Complexity into the 5v2. Active movements across this round to just suck the life out of Imperial.
Wow, that swing was about to come on to JT, and FaNg this time, he doesn't see a target, so he says, let's go. Let's take this round into our own hands. I'm falling, trying to figure out how to save. Wonder if they'll try to go for him or not. I think they just stabilized, so probably not. They have no money left over. Wow, Imperial clearly we're about to move a bit faster on that and to go for that upper split with just a few more extra seconds to spare. But FaNg made things hairy.
Counter-terrorists win.
Imperial just kind of creeping around in their setups that time.
It's a good, yeah, again, like 5 kills in the first half, now taking initiative and just getting multis. Also, Halzerk, you know, he's Mr. Initiative.
FaNg, big moment. We'd seen Complexity stack up in secret, but it was more, you know, responsive last time, just kind of waiting for the presence to be seen. This time, FaNg gets after it. Nearly top fragging now for Complexity. So FaNg, total turnaround from one half to the next. But the job not yet done. We've got Fallen on the op, VINI on the AK, MAC-10 and pistols for the others. And Fallen, he's hoping that maybe Halzerk tries that same shenanigan. Floppy gets wind of this and starts to fall back. Halzerk realizing it's probably not the best of ideas to go peeking around that corner.
He's worried about lurkers.
Let's see the B hit. Floppy in the open, deals with the pistol. VINI's got the answer. FaNg, a one and done. VINI picks up a couple. He is barely alive on 7 health, and those double doors about to swing wide. And nobody there to stop it. Grim, he's going to get himself the first and a jumping headshot into Fallen. boltz going to try to get an answer back, but Halzerk lays down the law.
Wow.
And Complexity, hang on.
What's that? Grim's playing Quake here. That second frag before he even touched the ground and closed the doors. Flipped the switch and got under the sheets before the room turned dark. That's how fast he was. But that one, not much went into it. And this one will have some concessions as well. No op. Definitely not a ton of grenades, depending on if they want Galils.
Such a nice effort from VINI.
I think they've been building out the half in a sensible way where they can figure out what works. But we've got responses for Complexity. They're definitely getting pushed, however. Three rounds now for Complexity to get that map 3. Make this one step more difficult for Imperial.
Hauserk up high. Yo, Fur! He slides by Mini. And that looked like it was going to catch Hauserk, but on damage control, he clips him. 5v4. But they do get a player into secret, at least for Imperial. And because Hauserk was occupied with the player down beneath, I don't think that gets spotted. It's not confirmed. A potential late play from Cello as the rest of Imperial double back towards lobby. Vinny's got an open door. Oh, they drop right on top of him, but Vinny, he just connects to the head. He's got a flash in front. FaNg trying for the multi-kill, denied. 3v3, we're right back at it, but Hauserk's got eyes on bomb. And Fallen finds that headshot. Not to mention the double onto JT. Floppy in the depths of B will not be able to stop Imperial from planting that bomb.
Damn, where did those frags come from? Vinny stops that play by himself. FaNg and Grim together. And Fallen reads the second frag in through the slot of the grate. And Imperial even in this moment, waiting to see where the ramp rotator will end up going.
Got extra time. Floppy does have some of the most ridiculous clutches when it comes to NA players, and this
Nuke.
cross is not safe. Oh my god.
Bomb
He
gets
stopped the
dropped.
bomb. Does the Heaven player come down? The smoke! Oh! It's all on Cello!
Wait, the time.
He's got to go! He's got to be busy! Plants now! Did he miss that? Did he miss that? Oh! No way!
Oh my god, he 1v3.
Floppy yet again!
You're joking. Through the smoke, couldn't even see him. Them waiting allowed Floppy to get into Mini and give him a chance. And even if it was just a 1% chance, it was 100 for Floppy. Oh, no way.
That's a certified Floppy clutch.
Yeah, it is. He's had a couple on Nuke.
Oh my god.
Can't believe that. And there was even a chance to put that bomb down anywhere else. But Cello thought for sure Floppy's going to stay inside of Mini. Floppy was already thinking about what the next move was. He was looking for that plant down on the back of the site. After this, the easiest round that they've had so far, all they had to do was win a lobby default when the pushes came in.
Oh, that kill on
And
Vinny.
they drop it. Oh my god. Imagine regretting waiting.
Oh, that is the hope of North America personified in Floppy. And we talk about this comeback from FaNg from half to half, but those two kills right there, that puts complexity to 14.
And somehow still a bye for Imperial. This one's a fight against match point. This one's with Fur on just the Tech 9. He hasn't had a really great game. So maybe he's better off focusing on utility to help move the round forward.
Not over yet. I got a player again tucked into secret fast. A distraction offered. Hauserk gets a second. The AUG gets the best of him, but now these players stampede right through. FaNg, he's ready for this. Shots come back. He swaps to the AK. VINI and boltz kind of left in the no man's land, scared that another peek comes out from heaven or hell. And they've got reasons to be nervous because complexity 2 kills from 15.
Wow, tricky move right there from FaNg, and well done as well. Hold on to secret. Fast crosses out. No utility left here for Imperial. At a minute 11. They're just going to be wandering, and they find Floppy on their journey. 2 players re-aggressing from secret with boltz staring right at it.
He tucks back behind Little Blue.
He's still waiting for this exact rotation.
Clutches go both ways.
Oh, but he gets spotted. No bullets in.
Looking for the fight. It's still a 1v1, but that second player ready to peek secret when needed, and he's not. FaNg delivers.
FaNg.
JT holds. 3 survive for complexity as they secure 15.
Yeah, he's up to 19. Again, total change of player in these last rounds, and now match point looms over Imperial. Started out 9-6, and it seemed like they'd have a chance to be able to pull this off, but they had 2 rounds now in the second half.
force in with what they can. It's going to be a fast one. So it seems. Nades back out. We've got a player up on hut. That's been a problem. Grim has delivered from this spot time and time again. Slides back off of it. They do get ramp at the very least. Floppy, time to deliver again. They fall down on him, and it's just the two. But it's enough to keep that double man advantage. Cello can't hold on. Fallen may have a gun now, but he has no teammates, and he needs 4 frags in this clutch in order to keep Imperial's 2-0 hopes alive. We have Overpass queued up after this, and Fallen, unsuspecting of the player in CT, falls prey to complexity. That clutch from Floppy sets them up for a last-second resurgence. They will just sail through this one. The little that was left of Nuke, both pistols, full conversions. We go the distance.